No, it's like, okay, you know when you have on the shoes like this, look, and when you come down, it goes like, you know what I'm talking about? It hits the back of your foot. Yeah. It's not me, my bad. I didn't mean to interrupt your,
No, you
your
good.
reading.
You good. You good.
Hi.
Hey. What's up?
I'm talking about my edit for
Welcome
Welcome.
experience.
Yeah, it sucked. My neck is just starting to hurt. Can I borrow her for a second?
Yeah.
Do you mind?
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't want to kick you out either, but there's nowhere else to go.
I can go.
Okay.
I can go.
You do know I love you, but I'm sorry.
Yeah. I can be the one to go.
Okay, thanks.
Of course. Of course.
Okay. First, I will say this. I am not above saying I'm sorry. When I got nominated, it sucked. Mainly because I've trusted you since day one with nothing to even trust you on. The first time an opportunity you knew of someone potentially targeting me, it came across that you were so more focused on Zach and Vinny that you didn't have the decency to come and tell me in the moment, right?
I mean, I wouldn't say it wasn't the decency. Like, we were going on to the next week. I was trying to figure out other things to then tell you, to then help keep reason as to why, if we had to vote out Keanu, it would make sense. Because I know at the time, it didn't make sense to you. You wanted to keep Keanu. So I had to still get other stuff. But
Yes. But what I'm saying is basically anytime I've known of you being a threat or getting threatened or targeted, like I've brought it to you, right? Like we talk about things immediately. So the first time that obviously something came about that wasn't brought to me in a way that obviously we bring each other any and every other thing, right? It felt as like a little slight betrayal. And obviously it did jolt my trust a little bit just because I'm like, wow, like it already been other moments to where I felt like, you know, like those two people were more important than our game, right? Even just us not really spending a lot of time together in the beginning because you felt like we couldn't be seen together because, you know, of us wanting to make sure that we stay to the end and all these other things. And you being able to spend more time with them and getting to know them versus us getting to know each other. The fact that obviously you and I just started speaking personally about life just last week. And the people that have genuinely wanted to get to know me and understand me as a person from week one who are still surrounding me, you know what I mean? Those are people that I've been close to. And I know that we went throughout this game and there are people that you chose to, you know, connect with and people I chose to connect with. Obviously, some of those people, I guess you felt like in the end aren't people that you could have relied on as much as we can rely on the people that I connected with more. Does that make sense?
give me an example.
Meaning, so like the Wills and the Ashleys, the people that, you know, like I started to connect with week one. Mm-hmm. You and I both connected with different people, right?
Yeah.
And as our games progressed, obviously you've come more towards those sides of people that I've connected with.
Well, I mean, I've always connected with them, just not as deep as you have initially.
Well, you never spoke game with them, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Right. So you said you never talked game with anyone in the house except Vinny and Zach.
Mm-hmm.
So, correct.
Yeah.
With that being said, right, obviously there was not a closeness, right? So with you coming this way and us having conversations about that and your concerns, I mean, you made statements like, you know, Will would never, you know, you made the statements, you get what I'm saying, right? There was a difference. There's been a lot of advocation for each other is what I've expected. You on the Vinny and Zach side and me on the Ava, Will, and even Rachel side, right? Advocating for you as a player and the importance of you being in this game. Mm-hmm. I did that obviously just because I care about you as a person, and I do think it's important for you to be in this game because I know you're wise. I don't know you're wise from you, but I know you're wise from other people, right? Because we've never even had those real moments. Mm-hmm. When I had my concerns about Vinny based on what the people that I was closest to would bring to me, right? The people that I did get to know on a deeper level would come to me about, you know, the hands in too many pots, the mastermind behind the game, all these things, right? I would bring them to you and would say, hey, like, is there a concern? What are we thinking? Maybe you should be more, make sure he's more mindful, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. It was never like, you know what, immediately cast him with stones, whatever. The more I trust you, the more I trust Vinny. Mm-hmm. And that was just association type trust. When I had the chance to have put him on the block because Rachel wanted it really bad, and I consulted with you. Like, we talked it out,
Mm-hmm.
and we decided to make a decision that made the most sense for our game. And when I brought in Vinny and I brought in Zach, and we let them know what we were going to do, Zach was like, Vinny was like, hey, like, if you do this, like, we're all locked in. Like, we want to play the game with you, whatever, whatever. I assumed that we were good. And from there, the trust continues to build. When we decided to keep Vinny, I did that obviously because I felt like he was better for our games, but also I knew how much you cared about him. And I care about you. So I wanted him in here just as much as you did, just because it's important to you. Going through just the multiple different motions and different situations in the house where I got side eyes, or I'm giving side eyes towards things that are going on involving Vinny, I've always advocated. Like, when Will and Rachel and them asked me the other day, like, is he cool? Even when Ava puts him up, and I'm like trying to convince her as to why we're not going to get rid of him if she has to break a tie. They're trusting me, you know what I mean? To guide based on my trust from what you've given me. Seeing myself on the block today made me feel like the paranoia that I had the other day when I talked to you and was trying to confide in you might have been accurate, meaning I literally would move many mountains for the people that I'm closest with in this game and care about the most, but will they do the same for me, right?
Yeah.
So in that moment, I felt like that didn't happen for me, because the fact that it was even a thought or a consideration made me feel like maybe the trust that I had given him through you was something I shouldn't have done, because maybe you telling me he's solid, he's good, was maybe only beneficial for your game and not mine.
But it wasn't.
No. I'm telling you my perception. That's how I felt in that moment. Literally just having to take myself off the block just a day ago, and then seeing my name on the block again for someone that I actually have advocated to be in this game. Have had 2 opportunities to get rid of. Established trust twice. 2 really big solid times to establish trust. And for them to feel comfortable enough to put me on the block knowing that you and I are as close as we are, it made me feel like there had to have been something that was considered or understood. And that is why I immediately went to you, mainly in frustration, and a lot of it in hurt. This game is hard, and you get really paranoid, and you think things, and it's hard to know who really has your back. I've committed to you in this game before I even knew anything about you. And one thing I know is I'm a woman of my word. And my plan was to go with you to the very end and to never sway. So when I saw me up there, I felt like I got fucked over. I did not mean to raise my voice at you. I did not mean to insinuate that you were involved, because I know you're a great person. But I was hurt. And I'm sorry if I embarrassed you, if I belittled you, if I disrespected you in any way, because that's never my intent to make you feel like any of those things. Because you're worthy of respect. You're worthy of being spoken to in a kind way. And you're worthy of at least being able to get what you feel out without me coming out and lashing at you. So for that, I am sincerely I'm sorry. I want you in this game. If I did not, I would not go as hard as I do for you. And it did hurt me. But for that, I am sorry. And I hope that you understand where I'm coming from and know that it was not meant with ill intent.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously hard to, like, have heard those things, you know? Like, I understand you were hurt. It obviously did not feel great at all. Which is why I walked away, because I just know it was the heat of the moment. I think the other thing that I'm just, like, genuinely struggling with, and this has nothing to even do with the noms today, is when you told me yesterday that you had to have a hard conversation with Catherine because you told them that you were going to keep Riley.
Yeah. I had to. What do you mean?
No, I know. I'm just saying, like, in general, it's just, like, I just didn't expect that. I thought you would have been like, hey, like, this is going to be a really hard decision. I'm 50-50. But, like...
Morgan, even Ashley said that's what I need to do, and Rachel and Will.
No,
like, if I tell them I'm not going to keep Riley, if Riley would have came down, they wouldn't have kept me in this game.
No, I get that. I'm just
so
saying,
I didn't tell them I would or wouldn't. Yeah. I told Catherine. They didn't even ask.
Yeah, I'm just saying,
like,
you didn't tell me that. Like, I just wish... I mean, I get it. I just wish you would have been like, hey, Morgan, just, like, in case you hear anything, just know it's just because I was freaking out that I wasn't going to stay. Like, I was fighting for my life, too. That's
how, when you know we were keeping you?
Well, no, I didn't know if Ava was or not.
She was. Ava promised me she would keep you.
No, I know, but like I hadn't spoken to her directly, like myself, and so it's like because I hadn't at the time. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, see, Morgan, that's the thing that I don't get. It's like, and I don't know if you like are not used to people really like going to bat for you, but when I told you, I was like, Morgan, there's no way I'm going to let you leave this game. I meant that on my soul.
No,
I went to Ava, and Ava swore to me that she would not vote you out. When Catherine and Riley and I were talking, they were like, hey, like, you know, saying what they're saying. I'm like, hey, I got you. Same way Riley did with you. I didn't say, yes, I'm keeping him for sure or not. I just said, I got you. Like, I got you, which can be implied whatever way it needs to be. But if I told him that I was not going to give him his vote, or if it was 50-50, if he comes down, that means I don't stay. Does that make sense?
No.
I have to always, just like you tell Vinny today when he walked into that booth, do what's best for your game. If I know for a fact that I'm going to do whatever it is to make sure you stay, I also have to at least make sure if anything were to happen, if he were to win that, he would have to keep me. Does that make sense? That's a requirement. It's nothing against you. And I didn't even say anything to you because I didn't even think about it. Because in my mind, you were staying. Just like
No,
when we
I
got in
know
that
that, but I'm just
blockbuster
saying-
and I saw you play your score and he played his, I made sure I kept playing until I got over him to keep you.
Yeah.
Those are the things I'm talking about, making sure. And that's what I said about the paranoia. Like, I feel like, I told you, like, when I'm playing this game, like, I'm literally trying to look out for you. I've been looking out for Ashley, even though I probably shouldn't have. But it's like, I'm trying to figure out, like, I'm doing these things and trying to think 6 steps ahead for my people. And I'm like, damn, like, are they doing that for me? Remember I told you that I'm, like,
more
am I
of,
being
like,
paranoid?
because of the paranoia. Like I just would have preferred if you were like, Morgan, I'm gonna say this because I have to, but just know that if you hear it, don't let it. You know what I mean? So like, I know I didn't hear it during, but like even after when you're like, damn, I really have to have this hard conversation, I was just like, oh damn, like I didn't realize that you told them that. Like I just wasn't aware
That I got them.
No, that you just specifically said that I told them I was gonna keep Riley.
Well, I said I got him. Which, I mean, it implies that, yes.
Yeah. But I'm saying you initially said I told them I was going to keep Riley, so I was like, oh shit, like I did not realize that you told them that, because then that's why I was just like, because I'm not going to lie, like that was the scariest moment ever, knowing that it came that close, because I wasn't sure, because that's why I went to Ava myself to talk to her, because I was like, hey, I just want to check in, because I know that you had said that, but I just wanted to check in just so like I could hear it myself. So I'm just saying, like after when you were telling me like, oh, I have to have a really hard conversation, I just didn't know that you told Riley that, like. I mean, I get it from your game perspective.
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying
can't
that
tell people I'm going to vote them out if they might have to
No.
vote to keep somebody.
No, I understand that. I'm just
Yeah.
saying, like, in future, I thought it would have been if it was like, hey, Morgan, just like how I told you, I was like, hey, Vinny's saying this to them because he has to. Just like that's why I'm just saying I always keep you in the know on that. You know what I'm saying? That's that's all.
Okay.
So it just like hurt my feelings. That's all.
That hurt your feelings?
Well, just because I didn't know that you were telling them that. That's all.
Okay.
Because just
Well,
more
yeah,
like,
it wasn't meant to hurt your feelings. If
Yeah.
your feelings are hurt, then
No,
I
no, no.
apologize.
No,
for
no,
that.
not
But
anymore.
I literally was just trying to focus on us
Yeah.
staying. I was doing a lot,
yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I'm glad that you got to see because honestly, all I was focusing on was seeing where his score was, and I was just hoping that I went higher than his, because then I knew if at least mine was higher, which I didn't even see if his was or not.
Yeah, it was yours, his, then mine.
Yeah, I didn't even see that. Because when he said, good job, Morgan, I thought he said that because I beat him, because I saw
No.
him standing by, I couldn't see his.
Oh.
Like, I really couldn't see his at all, which was really frustrating. I know this game is really hard.
Yeah, it is. But yeah, overall, I was frustrated. For sure. I felt like it just was no sense of urgency in regards to like obviously keeping me off the block. Like the same, like if I ever were to hear your name, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
I also did not know that you were going to go on the block, Mickey. That's the thing.
I didn't either, Morgan.
And-
But I'm just telling you from my perspective.
Yeah.
I mean, I apologize. Obviously, I didn't mean to come at you.
Because I wouldn't have been as casual as I was, because I thought we were good. Like, I mean, you saw, I didn't.
I thought we were good.
Yeah.
That's why I was so upset, because I'm like, and if anybody understands, like, it's like we literally just got the block together. And then I literally just put my stuff away. To have put my things away, literally just finished like the last thing yesterday. I still have stuff that's packed up there to literally send somebody home that I actually really cared about. But I kept you, who I care about more, of course. But someone that was really hard to send home on an HOH of someone that we thought we trusted. To be put up on another HOH of a person that I trusted through our association. Yeah, it hurt immediately. And it felt like there was no sense of urgency. And it felt like, well, dang, like, okay. In my opinion, it made no sense. Because me knowing Vinny, I know that he has to at least see that Mickey has had multiple times where she's shown that she's not coming for me. Does that make sense?
I get it.
Multiple times. And we use logic. So logically, I'm like, there's no way that he would have done this unless there was some type of threat that was posed to him that I wasn't aware of, then my closest ally is like,